Hi everybody, I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to give you a few quick tips on spicing up your G chord, because it's something that I do a lot to try and make myself sound better than I actually am, and hopefully you'll find this useful as well. You can do it with other open chords as well, but let me start with a G, and then if people like it I'll do some more. So, the great thing about G, let me just remove my tuner, I don't want to annoy Rick Beato, I'll take that off my headstock. The great thing about this G shape, and obviously this is transferable up and down the neck if you use a capo, so everything you can do here you can do elsewhere, is underneath this G shape we've got the G major pentatonic scale, which is a 5-note scale. Okay, so basically all of the open strings, E, A, D, G, B and E, and 3rd fret of your E string, 2nd fret of your A, 2nd fret of your D, 2nd fret of your G, 3rd fret of your B, and 3rd fret of your E, they will all fit in with the chord. Now the chord, the G major chord is made up of the 3 notes G, B and D. That's what we call a triad. So it's basically, you get the major scale, you take the 1st note, the 3rd note and the 5th note out of that scale, put them together and you get your major chord. Okay, so here we go. So we've got G, and then what I can do is I can throw in any of these notes at any point and it'll fit in. Watch thus. So there you go. Sounds a bit country, but you know, you can adapt it to however you're doing it. That's just the style that I play in. Now, if I change it to a C chord, so I'm going from the, you know, from the 1st chord to the 4th chord, as you might hear it called, which is a really strong interval, and you'll hear it all over the place from blues, country, pop music, everything. I can use those same notes because C major is in the key of G major. You know, if you had all the chords laid out in that key, C major's in there, it's the 4th chord. So, let's try it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a C add 9. So you might use this as a C anyway, a lot of people do, it's the kind of Wonderwall C, you'll recognise it. And it's just, the reason I use this chord in this position is because it's a nice quick change, it's basically 2 fingers, and these notes stay the same. So it gives me just that nice kind of ringing full sound, especially important when you're playing on your own as a singer-songwriter, or you know, you're doing acoustic covers, that kind of thing, which is kind of where I live at the moment. It's kind of what I'm doing. So I'm coming from that angle, so bear that in mind, that's my kind of filter. Okay, so let's go between G and C and we'll throw some of those notes in. Nice and easy. So I'm just moving my 1st, 2nd fingers down, mainly on these notes here on the 2nd fret of the D and the G strings, because it's nice and convenient. Now, if we extend out a little bit, let's add these notes here. So we've got the 3rd fret of the B string and the 5th fret, and the 3rd fret of the E string and the 5th fret. We can do this. It also means we can play G like this. You get a bum note there, but you get the idea. There you go. So basically I've got my thumb covering the G root note. I've got my open strings. Now I'm kind of muting the A because it doesn't really fit. But I mean, it fits obviously because it's in the scale, but I want a nicer kind of fuller sounding G chord. So D, G, then D, G like this. So there's really a G5 chord. Just missing out the 3rd. But you can play it like this, and then you can just add in this finger here to do these notes, and then you can come back up the scale to your G or your C or wherever you're going. So I'll often use, if I've got a song that's in G, so for example, so I'm doing Whiskey in the Jar live, for example, in a pub. I'll use this G often just to break it up and just, you know, just give me a bit of scope to do things with. Let me show you. So you can just mess about with it. So let me show you that scale again. So you got your G chord. Okay, G major pentatonic. It's also E minor pentatonic. That's another video where I'll explain that if you don't know about relative minors. But basically, G major and E minor have the same notes in them. So it works with an E minor chord as well. There's a very famous Pink Floyd song that I'm not going to play because I'll get demonetized, with an acoustic intro that uses that scale. So have a listen out for that. It's the same idea. So you can adapt it from sounding all hillbilly like I play it into, you know, kind of rock and contemporary stuff and all the rest of it. So I hope you found that useful. Have a play with it. Have a mess about. There's no rules to it really, apart from the musical ones. But there's no rules to what style you could do it in. Again, you can move it up. I don't have a capo handy because I didn't organise myself. You can move it up and down the neck with a capo, and all the same rules apply. I do that a lot, especially when I'm kind of, again, doing solo singer-songwriter stuff or covers gigs. It's a very handy technique to have. So have fun with it and enjoy. And then if you like this kind of thing, I'll maybe try it with some other open chords as well. I do some more videos and kind of follow up to this as well. Have fun, enjoy. Cheers.